ala Rasulillah. Welcome to one and all to the Iftar Drive right here on Salam Media. I'm your host, Yunus Kawanga. And as the sun begins its descent and the spirit of anticipation fills our homes, we take a moment to reflect the beauty of the tapestry that makes up our South African Muslim Ummah, alhamdulillah. Today, we drive into a part of the mosaic where we explore the spiritual legacy and the incredible work ethic and the growing influence of the Malawian Muslim community in our country. From the front rows of the masajid to the heart of our social projects, their contributions are undeniable. Joining us to unpack this journey is a respected voice and leader, Sheikh Zubair Chindungwa. Sheikh, it's an absolute honor to have you on the drive today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا وسهلا.
Barakallah, ahlan bikum. Jazakumullah khairah for joining us, Sheikh. And as we start from the onset, Sheikh, we see the presence of Malawian Muslims in our masajids today, but the history goes way back further than that. Could you briefly share the spiritual legacy that the Malawian Muslims brought with when they first began settling in South Africa?
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah. First and foremost, we thank Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for enabling us this opportunity to witness the first 5 days of Ramadan, alhamdulillah. And secondly, as well, I would like to thank also Salam Media for granting us this opportunity that we connect with our brothers and sisters all over the world. MashaAllah, Jazakumullah khairan, MashaAllah. Yes, just to begin with, alhamdulillah, I mean, Malawians, alhamdulillah, they are actually from around 1900, mashallah. I mean, they've been flocking to South Africa with regard to look for the greener pastures, alhamdulillah. But the most important thing is that, mashallah, they brought the deen with them also wherever they came from, alhamdulillah. Till today, as we are speaking now, alhamdulillah. So, alhamdulillah, as you can see, you know, when the first time when the Malawians started coming to South Africa, it was the time when they were working for the mine. They came here as mine workers, but alhamdulillah, because they had Islam with them, alhamdulillah, they were practicing a little bit of Islam in the mines. And alhamdulillah, the brothers also, mashallah, from different localities, I'm talking about the Muslim brothers, especially the Indian brothers, they would go to the mines and try to make an arrangement to go bring them to come for Jummah in the masajid, alhamdulillah. From that time till now, alhamdulillah, we're still carrying on with that also, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, thumma alhamdulillah. And also, Sheikh, we on that point also we noticed that about 40% of the population in Malawi would be from the Yawo tribe, and this is the tribe which is formerly found in northern parts of Mozambique and some parts of Tanzania as well, and who migrated in the late 1800s during the wars against the Portuguese to Malawi and created that atmosphere of Islam. And obviously, we see the same concept here in South Africa. The majority of the Malawian Muslims would be from this tribe itself. Now, looking at that perspective, how has the tribe itself, being so long into Islam, some dating back into the 10th century, how has that now built them to be pushing the concept of deen here in South Africa also?
Alhamdulillah, if just alluded with regard to the Yao tribe, alhamdulillah, I mean, if you look at it, basically these countries, Mozambique, Tanzania, Malawi, they share the borders, and on top of that also they share the culture and the ada, the tradition as well. So much so that mostly the people in Malawi, northern part of Malawi, most of them they got that sort of like touch. The link with the people from Tanzania, and so much to say that. If you look at it, most of the brothers and sisters as well, those I'm talking about the old people, they're originally from that area as well, from Unguja and coming to Malawi. And also we've got a very, very good history with regard to Jumbe. Jumbe is the person who brought more of Islam, that kind of Islam. Although people, they talk bad about him because of the slavery and what have you, the Portuguese and all that. But got nothing to do with Islam, alhamdulillah. As we all know, Islam was not even established with a sword, but Islam was spread, alhamdulillah, through the sort of initiative with regard to the inclination of unity, mahabba, and love within themselves. So they came from Tanzania and they came to that part of Karonga. Karonga is a part of the district. These are the districts where they're bordering Malawi and Tanzania. So basically, the people from Karonga, they are the Tumbuka, they came from Kota, came to Salima, up to Mangochi, and all this and that. And those areas, if you look at it, mashallah, most are the people who are Yao spoken people, Mangochi and Machinga, mashallah. And in fact, they had that sort of mentality that they had a belief actually to say that Yao, Islam is basically for the Yao people. As we have there, unfortunately, in South Africa, also Islam is for the Indians as well. So the same thing, they had the same mentality in Malawi, that the Yao are those people who are Muslims. So, but unfortunately, that is not the reality, because it's only the majority are Yao people who are Muslims. But alhamdulillah, through these people also, you find the intermarriages, what have you, find that other tribes also, they become also Muslims as well, alhamdulillah, with regard to that.
No, thumma alhamdulillah. And Ustad, inshallah, before we carry on, I just want us to take a quick break, inshallah. And when we return, inshallah, we can continue with the discussion. Quite an interesting discussion. I myself also very close to this topic because my father's lineage is all the way from Mozambique, and he's Yao himself, alhamdulillah. So we'll be back after the break, inshallah.
Barakallah.
This Ramadan, your zakat changes lives. It feeds families facing hunger, restores dignity to those in need, and brings hope where it is needed most. From food relief to essential support, your zakat reaches communities with care, transparency, and impact. Give with confidence, give with trust. Make your zakat count this Ramadan. Give your zakat to Ashraful Aid and help change lives today.
When the perfect blend of stylish decor, exquisite halal cuisine, and warm hospitality come together, it could only mean Al Bayt Lodge, your true home away from home. Al Bayt is the ideal heaven for families, business people, and tourists, with its 4-star family rooms and other luxurious facilities. Conveniently situated close to Port Elizabeth Airport, the beach, and other amenities, your stay will be truly unforgettable, as you'll be taking home lasting memories of the warm hospitality, the serenity and tranquility that Al Bayt has to offer. For reservations, call 041 583 6415 or visit www.albaytlodge.co.za.
This Ramadan, please consider donating to the Islamic Dawah movement. For over 45 years, IREM has built over 80 masjids and distributed more than 160,000 Qurans in 8 local languages. IREM has installed over 250 boreholes and water wells. Over 1,000 children are fed daily, building strong Muslim communities in disadvantaged areas.
World-class financial services only at Sapphire Global, your financial partner. If you are looking for Islamic Sharia and ethical financial products, look no further. Sapphire Global offers a wide range of financial service offerings, from short-term to life and investments. A full-service center with all financial requirements under one brand. Our highly skilled and experienced consultants are ready to help protect your financial future. Contact us on 041 001 0184 or visit our website on www.sapphireglobalfs.com. Sapphire Global is an authorized financial services provider.
Freedom Stationery supply Marlin and Marlin Kids pens to me and my school friends. They supply just about everything we need to help us get a better education, from books to files to rulers. In fact, any any accessory we need. Freedom Stationery. Education for the nation. What does accessory mean?
Salam Media, your spiritual companion this Ramadan.
Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. If you're just joining us, well, we are in discussion with Sheikh Zubair regarding the Malawian Muslim community that's in South Africa and how they have integrated into our community, obviously the broader community, alhamdulillah, and they're also looking at the challenges that might be faced in the community. Sheikh Zubair, I think that actually leads me to my next question. That for a Malawian Muslim living in South Africa, what are the unique challenges of maintaining their heritage while trying to integrate also into the broader, diverse South African ummah that they might be facing?
Oh, mashallah, brilliant. With regard to the challenges, what the Malawians are going through, they are so numerous, they are so countless in such a way that, but anyway, what can we do? We can't say much, but we start from Deen, alhamdulillah. The Deen, mashallah, as we know from our Kabirin, those who first came to South Africa, I'm talking about late 70s, 80s, what have you. Mashallah, they came here, most of them, they're working as muazzinin, those people giving the adhan. Although, unfortunately, we've been also being, I don't know what, brainwashed with regard to the name of the person who's giving adhan is being muazzin. The name has been called like Bangi Sab, which is definitely, that is totally wrong. If you go to Bangi Sab, the real meaning for those brothers speaking, Urdu speaking, they will tell us, they'll give us the meaning which is not even suitable for the person giving the adhan. But anyway, that is something which we've been like that. So, alhamdulillah, mostly they came here as muazzinin, most of them, these are the people who came from the proper dini families. Alhamdulillah, they went to madrasa and they knew their deen, alhamdulillah. But just because maybe they couldn't speak English, they were not fluent in the English, in the language. So as a result now, they were given the jobs to give the adhan without teaching. Just because, you see, mostly, basically in Malawi, in the time of Kamus Banda, then from the beginning, from the colonial masters of the British, this time, when they came into to colonize the country, they had the schools, most of the schools were the Christian family, schools, wherein when a person goes, in a Muslim a child goes to the school, he was obliged to become a Christian just for him to obtain that particular position in school as well, or maybe to be blessed, So it was very, very difficult. They changed the names, from Jannah to John, from Bilal to Billy, all those names. From they were forced to change the name just because they were actually interested to be educated in secular. I'm talking about the secular, yeah. So now, as such, most of our parents, they didn't go to school. They said, no, we don't want to go to school because the moment you go to school, we're going to change the religion. So in that matter, we're not going to go to school. So basically, that you find more people didn't go to school just because they were scared to change their deen, subhanAllah, which they had also the point with regard to that as well. So most of those people who came here, who came to South Africa, were uneducated. I'm talking of secular-wise. But when you go to Islam, mashallah, they were very, very sharp. But now, because of the English, the language, they were not given opportunity to start teaching in madrasa, in Muslim schools. They started, by then there were no Muslim schools. They were only madrasa, the maktab, as we call. So they started integrating themselves, getting married, to the South Africa, whether Zulu or Xhosa, whoever it is, alhamdulillah, slowly, until in the late 90s, where, mashallah, things started to change, obviously, with regard to the democratic rainbow nation, and the ANC coming into the country in 1994, and then people coming from different parts of the world. So, alhamdulillah, through that, we find out the new generation coming, those who are educated, alhamdulillah, they went to school, they went to madrasa also. So, now we started changing as well, the whole setup, alhamdulillah, is to today.
Subhanallah. That's a very interesting because my father also tells me exactly the same story. Even with him, that his grandfather didn't allow him to go to school because he used to say that they would turn him into a Nasara and they'll feed him pork. So that's one of the things that made him not to go to school. Subhanallah. Now, Ustad, now looking at the point that we are on the iftar drive, show, we have to now talk about the table. So beyond the food, what defines a Malawian iftar in terms of community spirit and hospitality?
SubhanAllah. Really, in Malawi, let me start a little bit, but in Malawi, you see, in the people in Malawi, from old days till today, Alhamdulillah, it is in the masajid. So the people do cook, they prepare the food from their own homes and they bring it to the masjid to care and share. Because they understand that caring and sharing is part of Islam, Alhamdulillah. So although the little bit they have, they're not going to do people. They are really, the poverty stricken areas. Areas they have, people are struggling. But Alhamdulillah, whatever they have, because they've learned that we need to share whatever we have. Islam is commanding us. It's teaching us must share with your brothers, Alhamdulillah. So they prepare the meals in their homes and they bring to the masjid and they come make iftar in the jama'ah. That is mashallah, which is very good. And in Malawi, with regard to iftar, we can't compare it with here because here you got samosa and bhajia, you got all those pizza, what have you. In Malawi, they started the mere rice which is cooked in porridge. We call it uji. And this uji thing is very common in all the Eastern African countries. If you go to Tanzania, if you go to Uganda, you go to Kenya, you go to Mozambique, they use uji. The rice is being cooked like in the form of porridge. And then they prepare some sort of futari. Futari is what you call like the potatoes. You cut them into the sweet potatoes I'm talking about, not the normal potatoes for chips. I'm talking about the sweet potatoes. They cut into pieces and papayas and the bananas, and they cook with masha. They prepare it with the the peanut. They crush it and they put together, they cook together, and then they have it with uji, that porridge made from the rice. Alhamdulillah. So all of them they have it together there. Alhamdulillah. And it's very, very the atmosphere is very, very much terrifying. And Alhamdulillah, it's very, very encouraging. So in this case also, even those people who are traveling, they can come and join also the masjid where they come from different, maybe they're just passing by, which I found it very, very interesting also. Like what they do in the haram, in the haram, when you go there in Makkah and Medina, they just everybody comes and joins. So there's something they do in Malawi, Alhamdulillah, which is very, very interesting, Alhamdulillah. That's a system where it has been carrying on till today, Alhamdulillah.
Subhanallah. And most definitely the uji, people need to taste it in order for them to understand. And I just got myself a packet of Malawian rice, Alhamdulillah, so that I can experience, Alhamdulillah, the motherland and how it tastes, mashallah, tabarakallah. Now, lastly, Ustad, is our call to action in terms of the unity, because we understand many times misconceptions can also lead people into ignorance. People don't get to understand more about what is the concept of Muhammad. So people get surprised when I tell them that my forefathers embraced Islam back in the 10th century, that's in the 900s. And this concept is shocking, because to see a person who's African and saying that they're Muslim for so long, it's, and a person also having South African roots as well is something which is out of, the ordinary. But now, how can we carry on with dealing with each other on the concept of unity in Islam, specifically with our cultures coming together, inshallah?
No, Alhamdulillah, mashallah. Malana, this discussion needs about 3 hours, on its own. But anyway, time is not on our side, but we try, Alhamdulillah, mashallah. There's a very common saying which they say, al-haraka baraka. Al-haraka baraka, movement is blessing, So Alhamdulillah, through our movement, Alhamdulillah, we have that sort of understanding, Alhamdulillah, with regard to ourselves, integrate into, when you came from Malawi, came to South Africa, Alhamdulillah. I myself, now I'm spending 34 years here in South Africa, Alhamdulillah. And I got my family here, all my kids, and my wife is from Malawi as well. But all my kids are born here, Alhamdulillah. So I can say half of my life I'm South African in such a way that, Alhamdulillah. But to integrate ourselves, Alhamdulillah, we do understand one another, Alhamdulillah. Even now, also with the youngsters who come from Malawi, they are they come from different parts of the regions. In Malawi, here we got the provinces. In Malawi, we've got the regions and the districts. We've got the southern region, which is full of the Liao people. Mangochi, Machinga, Zomba, and part of Blantyre. So these are the people who speak Yao. When you come to the central region where I come from Salima, by the way, and this, normally we speak Chewa.
No.
And Chewa people are regarded as if they are non-Muslims. But alhamdulillah, through the religion also they are Muslims as well.
So.
And then we go to the northern region, which is northern region is full of the Tumbukas. The Tumbuka also now, mashallah, alhamdulillah, previously they were not even in parts of Islam, but alhamdulillah today, as I said, the haraka baraka, because of the movement, in the marriages, in the business, what have you, find it, mashallah, the whole country of Malawi, even the Muslim population is over 50%, but they don't tell us that. They always tell us different stories, unfortunately. Today, even if you go to Malawi, you happen to reach Salat al-Isha and Salat al-Tarawih, wallah, when you come out and you start maybe walking, maybe from masjid going home, Allah, you'll be shocked. You'll think that maybe another part of Makkah also, alhamdulillah, everywhere. Because in those areas, you find that we got the masjid. Masjid is mandated to have the section for the woman. So the ladies, they come to the masjid. Even for Tarawih, also for Salat al-Jumu'ah, they come. So in that way also, alhamdulillah, there is proper understanding and unity. We love one another for this section as well. So now, just to come to South Africa now, we find South Africa, mashallah, is very, very few masajid which accommodate the woman. I know from the Western Cape, alhamdulillah, many masajid, they do accommodate the woman. But in Gauteng, in Natal, okay, few of them, they do that. So especially our women, they feel that now they are they're not free in such a way that they don't have that position to go and pray Salat al-Tarawih. Sometimes you find the Malawi children also, you find the Hufaz from Malawi community, here in South Africa, they go and read. Sometimes you find the mother would like to go and listen to her own son, but there's no opportunity to do so because the masjid doesn't cater the lady, the women folk. So it's something which is now somewhere we actually we're missing out many of the Malawian brothers as well. And also when it comes in terms of iftar, not all of them, they will be having uji and cassava and bananas and what have you, they're missing all that because they're also joining, and they say when you're in Rome, just doing what the Romans do, and unfortunately, very, very few who are having the table, which is equal to Malawian table, which we sit there, mashallah, you eat there, you eat the uji, you drink the uji, you eat all this, you eat the fruits, in terms of the where this mango times or maybe oranges or maybe apples and what have you, alhamdulillah, we're missing all that, but we're missing all that. Even when we come for Sahri also, it's something, there's a special food which we eat normally when it comes to Sahri as well, but that we don't get it here around us. But alhamdulillah, just a little bit of it we do get, but not enough as we would like to have it as it is. But alhamdulillah, shukran, we are happy with whatever we have, alhamdulillah. And but it's quite different, the atmosphere is very, very different, which is very, very different to explain to our children who are born here. That this is what we do. We go magriya, all those things, we put it there. We have to, to slant it quickly, like that also, alhamdulillah. But yeah, that's how it is, alhamdulillah. We thank Allah Ta'ala for that, Maulana.
Alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah khair, Ustad. You took us on a really interesting trip, and I think most people didn't even know half of the things that Sheikh was speaking about. But alhamdulillah, now this is clarity, and it brings us knowledge also. Shukran jazila to yourself, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you a beautiful Ramadan, inshallah ta'ala. And until then, we say, obviously, I know it's too early, but I say, Eidukum Mubarak, inshallah, kul amin wa antum bi khair, inshallah.
وأنتم كذلك الحمد لله ما شاء الله بارك الله فيكم جزاكم الله خيرا for hosting us. Really this opportunity, alhamdulillah, I'm sure because I did inform already our Malawian brothers to be online or to follow us, alhamdulillah. I hope that they've been following as well Islam media, alhamdulillah, ما شاء الله جزاكم الله خيرا.
حياكم
to give us the opportunity. بارك الله وإياكم لا تنسانا في دعواتكم رمضان الكريم متقبل إن شاء الله. نسأل الله التوفيق إن شاء الله.
آمين وإياكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله وبركاته وإياكم.
Alhamdulillah, that is Sheikh Zubair with the beautiful points regarding the Malawian community. So right now we'll go on a break, inshallah ta'ala. And when we return, you've heard his voice all around. Maulana Sifiso Ismail Lamini will be with us, inshallah, on the spiritual hour, inshallah.
Muslims around the world live in deep poverty, uncertain of where